above. Feel free to send start sit questions. TikTok's probably the easiest for that. I got the screen up right here. Running through some actives and actives for this morning. First of all, sorry for anybody who has people active in this morning game. Ramondre Stevenson is back in the game after his back injury, has returned to the game. Let's phrase it differently. Looked like he got hit a little low, might have got contusion, back spasms. They're stretching him out, but he's back in the game. So as long as they keep it warm, not a big concern. He has a bye next week anyways after the Germany game. So not a big concern. I know I've been waiting for a lot from Ramondre. He surprised me with a 70-yard run for a touchdown last week, so not really getting that this week. They are still going, though. So thanks for tuning in if you are. I know the game's still going on this morning, Colts and Patriots. So we'll get to some actives and actives you might have missed if you're tuning to that. Let's talk Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase is active as expected all week at 6 score. We had his 6 score at 86. Expecting him to play. I mean, he had that hard landing on the back in the win over the Bills. They saw him had the heating pad on it. That's what they're going to do today if it starts to tighten up on him. But he had a week to recover. So we're expecting him to be fully active, probably even a bigger role with T. Higgins out. So there are going to be some fringe guys mixed in, the Iasovis guy and Tyler Boyd. But expect regular Ja'Marr Chase. He's active, so he should be in your lineup. Deebo Samuel active. He's coming back. Trent Williams is the bigger concern. He is active, but probably not 100% off that high ankle. Big matchup against the Jaguars, so be interesting to watch the pass rush for the Jaguars going against Brock Purdy. That's in the morning slot. Let's see. Thanks for the questions, guys, on TikTok. I'll get to that in a second. James Conner's a good one. We're expecting him to be good off his knee. We didn't see much when the play did happen, so team was probably just being safe, putting him on IR. MCL sprain, nothing more. So he should be getting full snaps. Remember, Amari Demercado has a toe injury, ruled out for second straight week for turf toe. So Keontae Ingram is the only other back active. They might have brought up Corey Clement, but I think it's going to be all James Conner with Kyler Murray's back. I know it's Call of Duty weekend, so not expecting a ton from Kyler Murray, but it's more the ACL
That's
coming
not
back
nice.
off that.
That's not nice.
I just had to throw that in there. Let's see, Hawkinson or Kincaid. Hawkinson's a good one. He's gonna be fine. He had ribs. It's a rib cartilage injury. He's played through rib/oblique, so not a big concern. He's gonna get more action with KJ Osborne out, and Justin Jefferson obviously not activated for this week.
I like Kincaid a lot this week too. Though.
Kincaid's a good one this week too. Going against Denver
He's
tomorrow.
Part of that offense now.
Yeah, he gets all the underneath routes. They seems like they're kind of a new change in the guard there. They like obviously Stephon Diggs. He had a similar back injury to Ja'Marr Chase. Active, didn't miss much practice time. But it's Kincaid, and they're mixing in Khalil Shakur a little more. Your favorite sleeper.
I love him.
Metcalf for Jordan Addison. I like Hawkinson with Josh Dobbs. I don't know about Addison. I don't know how involved he was last week. Didn't seem like a ton. I mean, that game was kind of up and down all over the place. So I know he's had a week to work with him. Saints have a completely healthy secondary, so that's why I might stray away from Addison. I would say the Seahawks have a tough matchup against Washington, who has a completely healthy defense as well. So kind of a toss up there. I might lean Metcalf. Think I should go Taysom over Hawkinson.
Oh,
Man, I love.
Sorry.
Sorry, we got the game on in the corner of the war room over here.
The game over.
Mac Jones throwing picks as he usually does.
Yeah.
Going back to question on TikTok, I just love that Taysom Hill is a debate at tight end every week because like he should be. It seems like it took a while.
Rushing yards a game.
It took a while for Dennis Allen to figure out that he's the best Swiss Army knife in the game, but he is now. That being said, trust Hawkinson. Don't get cute. Don't go Taysom Hill. They might mix him in more with the Mike Thomas stuff, but I don't know. I think just trust Hawkinson. He's been top tight end all year. Good depth though to have Taysom. Aaron Jones or D Montgomery, but there is going to be a split. I mean, we saw earlier the year Jahmyr Gibbs. They didn't love him between the tackles. They're still mixing in Craig Reynolds. But I think there's going to be a little bit more of a split there. That being said, Montgomery's effective going against the Chargers. So trust Montgomery over Aaron Jones. You know, that hamstring's still been lingering. It's better and better every week, but it's not 100% yet. They still are limiting his snaps with A.J. Dillon as well. Hopping over to YouTube. Thanks for the YouTube questions. Hawkinson covered at tight end. Absolutely. Start him at tight end over Taysom Hill. Kyler or CJ Stroud? Probably go Stroud. Kyler is not going to have a lot of rushing value until late in the season. Still 11 months off that ACL. It's at least a full year and a half, 2 years until people are 100% active and effective.
If you look at the Cardinals field view, 4 of the 5 offensive line are yellow or red.
There you go. Got it right here. Cardinals field view. You can see all the color on there. Sick data is how you get that. $2.99 a week. Huge tool for fantasy betting, all that stuff. DFS. So like you said,
you think maybe
Kyler at least Kyler not 100%. It's his first start. He's got 4 linemen banged up, so not a great prospect against the Falcons defense. I know the Falcons gave up a lot to Josh Dobbs coming in the game, but they've been pretty good all year. I got to think that they're pretty mad about that performance last week. Let's see, Godwin or Sutton. Godwin is playing through an illness. Cortland Sutton seems like a touchdown every week, and my home league I picked up Russell Wilson to stream. I got Jalen Hurts on bye, so I like Russell Wilson against the Bills this week as much as it pains me to say. But that's 100% injury based. The Bills defense is not 100%. Von Miller not 100% from that ACL. They have Tre'Davious White out. They got Christian Benford out. That's the 1 and the 3 corner. So I think there's opportunity in that game, especially in the passing game for the Broncos tomorrow. Godwin, he is going against no Sean Murphy Bunting, correct? Do I have those matchups
well,
right?
Mike Evans is. That might be the better play. He had an illness going into the game. Godwin, they made him available, but he should be fine illness. But there might be a bigger Mike Evans game because Bunting would have locked on to.
Right, he's a bigger body, so he would have been on Evans. Yeah. Tampa and Tennessee Titans game is going to be an interesting one, especially for Will Levis. Like Taylor was telling me before, he unlocked something. Longest reception because they didn't for every Titans receiver because they didn't realize that Tannehill doesn't throw the ball downfield and Levis does. So just a little tidbit for you guys. Tyler Lockett or Garrett Wilson. Feel bad for you having to get stuck with Garrett Wilson every week, but he has been productive. It seems like it's late every game that he gets a couple catches and some yards. But Lockett going against the Commanders, Garrett Wilson going against the Raiders later tonight. I might lean Garrett Wilson. I think I know the Jets aren't fun to bet on or watch in general, but I think there's some opportunity against that Raiders secondary. Thomas or Shaheed? Trust Shaheed. It's a big Shaheed day. Michael Thomas had his off-the-field issues. I don't know how involved he's going to be late week shakeup, so I think you trust Shaheed on that one. Tank Dell or Amari Cooper? I think it's Tank Dell. Nico Collins out. I think they lean on Tank Dell a little bit more for Dalton Schultz. So I'm starting Dalton Schultz in my home league. CJ Stroud's just electric to watch every week. Who does Houston get this week, guys? Do you remember?
Houston is the Bengals?
Yeah, Houston gets the Bengals. Bengals defense has been pretty good, but Sam Hubbard's a loss from no Sam Hubbard. That's a key pass rush guy for them. So I think that's going to be a little bit of advantage for the Texans, and they look better and better. Remember, CJ Stroud early in the season didn't have pretty much any offensive line. He was still putting up numbers and did last week, of course. Lockett or Garrett Wilson? For TikTok, Nathan, I said Garrett Wilson. I think that's a better matchup against the Raiders secondary versus the Commanders being all healthy. Tank Dell or Shaheed return yards league. What do you like there, Taylor?
Who?
Tank Dell or Shaheed in a return yards league.
Tank Dell.
Return yards league?
Return yards league. Sign me up as well.
Sign me. Yeah, that's a great league. Please send the invite. Tank Dell, you heard it here. Dak or CJ Stroud? Dak, I don't know how competitive that game is going to be for 4 quarters. I think it's like 16.5 is the spread. Might have gone to 17. I think you're better off as Stroud. I think that's going to be a little bit more competitive game going against the Bengals. You might even be chasing with Houston's defensive issues. Remember, they had, I think, 23 guys on the injury report. Not all of those are out, but definitely banged up. Yeah, 8 of them are. Just seeing if I missed any questions on TikTok. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I know the morning game's still going on, but I'm sure you guys are looking for any reason for an excuse to not watch that. Jacoby Myers or Rashid Shaheed? I think it's a Shaheed day. I think the Michael Thomas stuff off the field not going to be as involved, and I think Shaheed is just needs 2 or 3 catches to get
Myers' route running is tailored towards Jimmy G.
Yeah.
So that's why they brought him in.
If they're not going to feed Devontae, they're definitely not going to feed Myers. So
But Trey Tucker, they might, yeah.
but good luck figuring out the Raiders' target share every week.
You see Tommy DeVito?
Any more questions, guys? I'm gonna just looking through the field view, see if I missed any advantages. Ravens and Browns. Jerome Ford seems better off the ankle, so it seems like it's more less of a split between him and Hunt. I think it's going to be more Jerome Ford lately. But the Ravens have been stout defensively, so not a whole lot going on there. Keaton Mitchell is active, but he's behind Gus Edwards, maybe behind Justice Hill. I don't know. He might have. He's threatening the Justice Hill touches.
He's a rookie and he didn't get much practice time this week, so it might be a week where you avoid him.
Hamstring. He's a bursty guy. I mean, everyone saw his long run, so he's not going to do that with his hamstring injury. OBJ or Jameson Williams. That's tough. I wish he had more depth there.
OBJ.
It probably is OBJ. He did have that late touchdown. Maybe it spurs him to a good week this week. Hunt or Devin Singletary. Again, wish he had more depth. It probably might be a 14 team. We're not going to roast yet. But Singletary didn't get it done. I think they said his prop at 51 last week. He didn't get remotely close to that. So not sure he does against the Bengals game that they're probably going to be trailing. Might be Kareem Hunt. Maybe you're hoping for some receiving action, touchdown, something like that. Ridley or Devontae Adams, I'm assuming. You said Adams, so I'm assuming Devontae Adams. Jets defense is pretty tough. I'm starting him in my home league for my fantasy defense, but Calvin Ridley is really a head scratcher this year for fantasy owners. He pops a couple games and he disappears a couple games.
I was low on him. You know why? It's hard to play well after being out of the league for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
he's had some games, but it's hard to have that sustained performance. So I would just trust Devontae Adams. Is Stroud a trap game today? I don't know if that lingo exists for CJ Stroud, but I like the question.
He plays well, win or loss.
Yeah. I don't think the Texans have many expectations going into this season either. I think they're fighting for every game. Derek Carr, I had him. I was going to stream him. I dropped him for Russell Wilson to stream that instead with Jalen Hurts on bye. Russell Wilson's got a lot of Bills injuries we touched on a little earlier, and I don't know that Michael Thomas locker room stuff scares me a little bit with Carr. I think that it's just a weird game for them this week with everything else going on. Montgomery or Gibbs, that's a good choice to have. I think you'd go Gibbs a little bit more for the receiving work. Depends on half PPR, but I think Montgomery is going to get the rushing work, but maybe a little bit less. Kenneth Walker or Bijan, that's a good problem to have also. Except for you're waiting for Bijan to pop, be used in the red zone. Don't hold your breath on that. I think just trust Kenneth Walker, even though he's going against Commanders. Full PPR for Monty and Gibbs. Yeah, I'll go Gibbs. James Cook, Tank Dell, or Derrick Henry. I want to say Tank Dell. I think it's between Tank Dell and James Cook. But yeah, I think it's Tank Dell. No Nico Collins means super upgrade for Tank Dell. All right, thanks, guys. I think I'm going to hop off here, get to the rest of our stuff before Sunday starts. But thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next week. Good luck with everything.